What it do, YouTube? Your boy Playoff Don is back with another video. The NFL season is upon us. It is upon us. We got a lovely slate of games tomorrow. Today's Saturday. Tomorrow. Great slate of games this Sunday. Browns, Bengals, Chargers, Dolphins, Jets, Bills on Monday Night Football. It's going to be nice, man. It's going to be nice to have it back. Lovely. We did kick off the season just a couple days ago on Thursday Night Football. I know I'm a little late to the party. I want to apologize for that. But this past Thursday night, Detroit Lions, Kansas City Chiefs, we got Thursday Night Football to kick off the season. And man, that was an eventful game, wasn't it? And I heard somebody say, I think it was Colin Cowherd. Let me know if you've heard of him. One thing he said that I don't agree with a lot of his stuff, but one thing he did say that I totally agreed with. That is a game typically that Detroit loses. For the past however many seasons, for the past however many decades, that is a game that they usually lose. You know, they have control for most of the game. They kind of play better, honestly, than Kansas City for the majority of the game. But KC's still around. And with 2 minutes left, lo and behold, Patrick Mahomes has a shot to drive down the field, score, and win the game. And that's usually a game, again, that's usually a game that Detroit loses. And they came through. They came through. I want to shout out the Detroit Lions for that win, because that was a gritty, gutsy win, and I know they've given off this new persona, this new attitude, this new vibe, you know, this new approach that they're a grit and grind team, you feel me? Grind it out, biting kneecaps, toughness, never giving up, all that stuff. And it definitely showed up in this game because they didn't play well. They did not play particularly well in this game, neither did Kansas City. But Detroit, like I thought, without Chris Jones out there for KC, I thought Detroit was going to be able to do whatever they wanted at the line of scrimmage. And that wasn't really the case. Shout out to KC's defense, because they played a lot better than I thought they would. I know their defense isn't bad, but you know, it's a lot of names. You know, that's kind of it. It's a lot of names on that defense, and then of course Chris Jones makes everything happen. But without him there, I thought Detroit was going to do whatever they wanted. I thought they were going to pound the rock like crazy, run it all over KC, and that's not what happened. It was a little more of a struggle for Detroit to, you know, get in the end zone. But again, they came through. And as far as the other side of the ball, Detroit, man, their defense might be okay. Their defense might be okay for the first time in a while. Their linebackers played incredibly well, both in coverage and against the run. And but I tell you, Aiden Hutchinson looks like he might be a dude, and not just like, oh, you know, he's a good, solid number 2 pass rusher. No, he looks like he's gonna be the man. You can see it. He looks faster. He looks stronger. Push in the pocket. He gave right tackle Jawan Taylor for the Chiefs all he wanted in that game. Hutchinson looks like a dude, and Detroit looks like they got a real pass rush. Not just him. You know, Houston was making plays. Aleem McNeil, their defensive tackle, was pushing the pocket. Detroit might be all right on defense, and that was my one holdup with them coming into the year. Like, I know we're all hyped. About them. They got a lot of hype. They're the favorites to win the NFC North. But I was like, did their defense really get that much better? Going off of that game, they certainly did. Now I know no Kelsey for KC, and that was that definitely played a part tonight, and you can see it. Switching over to the KC side, as good as Mahomes is, and he's unbelievable, he is all time, and he still played pretty well, I thought, in this game, and he did all he could. But man, if, and I don't want to overreact to 1 week either, but man, bro, if Kelce ain't out there for KC, that is a tough receiving core to try and carry throughout the season. That's tough, and I don't want to put anything past Mahomes. He's one of the 2 best quarterbacks I've ever seen in my life. But man, that was tough. And it wasn't just the drops. I know everybody remembers the drops. Kadarius Toney was just tough. He was just tough. And it's not just the drops, man. Dudes weren't getting open. Dudes were not getting open versus man coverage unless it was short underneath stuff. But you know Detroit, that's how they play defense. Heavy man coverage. And they felt like they could do that because they had no belief in those receivers for KC, and that was very tough. One thing I want to also mention is I know we all gave Detroit a very hard time after the draft. A lot of people did, myself included. We kind of felt like they went to a seafood restaurant and ordered chicken tenders. You feel me? They had it there. They had it there to have a franchise-changing draft, and they didn't really do that. But they did get good players, and all their rookies all stepped up tonight. Jahmyr Gibbs, the running back, he was explosive. He had some moments. Broke off a pretty, like a 20-yard run. Broke a couple tackles. He was nice. Sam Laporta, their tight end, was making plays. Brian Branch caught that pick 6 that Kadarius Toney was so kind to give to him. But right place, right time. Caught the pick, took it to the house. You feel me? I think that made it a 14-14 game. Their linebacker, Jack Campbell, was even making some plays. Shout out to Detroit's rookies. But back to KC. They need their guys back. Coming into the season, I did not love KC's roster. I know they just won the Super Bowl with a lot of these same players, but I'm just looking at these guys like, man, Kelce makes this all work for the receiving core. Chris Jones makes this all work for the defense. They need to get Chris Jones back as fast as possible. They got to get Kelce back as fast as possible. Once that happens, I got no questions. But that was very tough to watch. I felt very bad for Mahomes, and he tried. He really tried. But man, that was tough for KC. They should bounce back. I forgot who they play. I'm sorry about that. I forgot who they play next week. But an entertaining game, nonetheless. Shout out to Detroit again for coming through, restore the roar, and that's a big win for them, because you would look at their schedule and it's like, well, that's a loss. No, they took one game. They took a game that they shouldn't have, and that's gonna be very good for them moving forward. The division's there for them. Go take it. Go take it, Detroit. And I think KC will be all right, but we'll see when they get Kelce back. Until then, it's gonna look like this. It's gonna look like this. Yeah, man. We'll see if they pick up somebody at the deadline. I would, but I don't want this video to run too long. But it was a good game, entertaining game, and it came down to the wire. That's all we could. Shout out to Jared Goff as well. Shout out to Detroit's offensive line. They were great. Goff had a couple big third down throws. Shout out to my underrated guy, Jared Goff. Never gets enough respect. He's a good quarterback. I'm sorry. But yes, we kicked off the season on Thursday night. Good game. Let me know if I missed anything. That's just the main thing that came out to me was how good Detroit looked. They look like a playoff team that can win in different ways in that game, not just with their offense. They kind of won with their defense in that game. So shout out to them. But let me know what I missed out on. You know, let me know if you have any thoughts about KC. I will be getting as many of these out as possible because the football season is back and I'm back in the mood. All right. But this has been Playoff Don. Another post-game wrap-up. Will be more of these coming out. And I can't wait for Sunday. I know y'all can't wait. Hit the like button if you like this video. Hit the subscribe button. Help me out. And that'll be all. This has been Playoff Don. Peace.